Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Quinn Barney, and today I'm going to be talking to you guys about my visual project. Basically, I just wanted to run through each of my photos, kind of show you what I did for the most part, and kind of give you guys a general idea of like what my conception was behind this project. I called it Focused on the Little Things, and it ended up being this idea. Me and my wife, we have all these little Disney characters for this Wii game that we have. The Nintendo Wii. And so there are all these little mini caricatures, and I thought it would be so cool to have them all like placed in a group and like take photos of them, and then call it focus on the little things because they're miniature characters, and just have them in different settings. So I thought it would be cool to then take those photos and then process them minimally. I mean, like, excuse me, minimally, so that they still look pretty clean, but they also have kind of a flair to them. So I thought it would be kind of cool to do that. So this first photo I have is just a Mickey Mouse, and I have like Tinkerbell and like Aladdin in the background. And like for a lot of these, I really didn't do too much to them, to be honest. Like I wanted to keep them very simplistic because I wanted it to still have that feel of like, I guess, like youth. And so like for this one, I just like mess with the brightness because over in Photoshop you can really mess with like the background. You can when you're on your background, you can like hit these buttons up here and it'll make new layers for you. So like I have a layer for like the brightness. I have a layer for the curves. I don't know why this layer's up here. It's not supposed to be there. Actually, sorry. But so I have a brightness layer, curves layer, and that's pretty much it on this one. I didn't really want to do too much. As I said, for like a lot of them, it ends up being the same way. For this one, I have brightness, I have my curves, and I also have my levels. I really like this one because it gives me more in-depth control of the way the levels are of like the lighting on screen, and it allows me to control more in depth, so it looks different. So I actually like this background. When I control the levels, I can make it more dark so that it looks better, and then the caricature actually pops out more. I really like this one. You got your two jasmines. This is a little plump jasmine, and this is the jasmine we see like in the Disney movie. I thought it was cool to have them kind of like on screen together. I think I have another one of those. Yeah, see, boy, I edited these differently. This one I kept pretty much singular, like I left it the way the picture had been taken. But then with this one, I kind of messed with like the contrast a little bit, just to give it a little more warmth, so that it feels a little different. And I think I really like that about it, because if you look at these two, they really differ. Where this one feels kind of cool, but then this one you can see that it feels more warm because it has this right here on there, and it's actually looks pretty cool. I kind of like it. Let's see what else we got. I really like this photo, the Baymax one from Big Hero 6, I believe. And I really like this one. With this one, I messed with the brightness and the contrast. I really like the contrast because it makes him pop. It makes him stand out. And then I really messed with the levels and the curves for the lighting, because it really allows you to just like bring things out and make them pop even more. You see the red in his helmet and how it looks differently. But I really like it, and how the blue has like the tint from like the light, and I had set a light above him and like all the characters to make it almost like a spotlight type of feel. So I really like how that came out. On here you can see the light right here. It's shining down. Then you got your background over here. But I really like this photo. This is the same character from this one. Is just the like the view from behind him, and I like the contrast and the little black buttons. But I also like how things start to kind of like fade completely to white. It looks kind of cool. I did that by messing with like the vibrance. That's this. I think this is one of the few ones that actually mess with the bright vibrance a little bit to give it a little more oomph. Let's see. And then this one I liked a lot because it totally differed from all the other ones. Because all the other ones I felt were very warm, but I felt as if this one was very cool, almost like a blue shade. And I really like the focus on this one because like you have his face in focus, and then you have this in focus, but then it begins to lose focus, and he's just like standing there with his hammer. It's so awesome. I really like that, and I really like messing with the brightness, because if you like messing with the brightness really allows you to make things feel closer or further away. If I were to bring this up a little bit, it begins to like mess with it, and make it. I don't like what it does to his arm, and it just changes it. But if I take it back down, it makes it more intimate, and you begin to lose this space around it, which makes you really mainly focus on what's going on right in front of you. Let's see what else. I really like this one because it's once again returning to this whole warm feel. You got your reds, and I really like this one because like there's so many characters on screen, and that's why I liked it, because they almost were in a crowd, except for like those singular ones. I think it makes it more full, like more of a full I guess, photography set. Once again with this, I'm messing with the brightness, the levels, and the curves. Um, then I really like this one because you got her face going through this arm right here, and you have like a scepter, and it's a really busy scene, and yet you're still able to focus on the two characters that I wanted to highlight. And then finally, I really like the last one because you got this chubby little Aladdin character right here, and then you got Baymax. I think this is Mickey Mouse. I think you got the skinny Aladdin. He's still in here, and you got Tinkerbell in the background. And I really like. I just love the focus on his face, and I love how with this one I mess with the curves and the vibrance a little bit just to give it a little more warmth. So I mean, like I could have went crazy and did a whole bunch of processing on these photographs, but I felt as if it was unnecessary because I really wanted to keep like the honest flavor of the photos, and I wanted it to be very like intimate and genuine. So I hope that explains to you guys a little bit more about like what I did for my project. You know, like I said, mainly I just messed with the brightness, the levels, the vibrance, and the curves to kind of give it that intimate feel. And I hope this makes sense, and I hope you enjoyed it. And I will see you all in class. All right, now.